And we're good. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Austin and Chris with Righteous Warfare Tactical. Just gonna go over some quick concealed carry concepts as to what you might want on your person every day out and about, based on what me and my dad carry around with us every day when we're able to. Starting off, we can go with the most obvious for an everyday carry, which is your firearm. I personally do a Glock 19 Gen 5. The pistol doesn't matter, obviously, for everyday carry purposes. The point is the firearm. I'm not a advocate of certain brands or anything. What you decide to carry to protect yourself and your loved ones is completely up to you. But this is mine. Dad, you use
19X. I just went for more capacity and personal preference. Again, we're not pushing Glock. We're not discussing anything specific. For me, customize a little bit, but we're not going to discuss that today. But this is what I carry. Just want a little more capacity. It does protrude a little bit concealed, but again, this is what I carry every day.
I think a big thing is definitely choosing whatever firearm works for you, that you feel comfortable having on your person every day. But going into the next thing, kind of moving on, how you keep it on your person. I use an inside the waistband holster. This holster itself can be used to carry both appendix, which is in front of your torso, or at the 3 or what is that, 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock,
yeah, 9 o'clock. But inside the waistband, which means it's against your skin, not on the outside of your pants. One day we'll do a video comparing all that. Dad carries his different.
Yep.
You want to show them your holsters, Dad?
So depending on where I am, location, being big cities or small towns, I prefer this holster. Brands don't matter. It's an outside the waistband. I like this one. Off brand, but it suits my needs. And then when I'm in a city where the liberals are at, I will carry an inside the waistband, as Austin does. Mine I've had for years and years, since I got my first pistol. Love the brand. Not mattering right now at this time, but inside protects against the body. So depending on where I go is depending on how I carry my pistol, depending on how people will react if they were to see my pistol. So that's how I carry every day with my firearm.
Kind of piggybacking on what you said about the big city folk not too happy about seeing a gun in their hometown. There's a term you'll hear in the concealed carry community called printing, and what that means is how much your gun is showing through your clothing. My dad cares a little bit less about it than I do. That's why I've decided to practice carrying appendix, because it doesn't reveal itself as much as it would on my hip, just because your build unfortunately does have your body style does have a little bit to do with how effective you are at completely concealing your handgun. Another thing to consider when purchasing a holster is how much of that gun can you grab. With this holster, I can grab everything that I need to on my handgun to properly retrieve it, to handle whatever emergency comes my way. Most holsters are like that. Some you may need to work with a little bit, but for the most part, just pay attention to you being able to grab your gun.
And we'll do that in another video about holsters. We'll do a bunch of holsters, which is where you spend a lot of money, like tennis shoes. What would be most comfortable for you? But today is just about everyday carry items that we carry on our person.
Moving on, I guess we can do what I consider the last ditch effort for defending yourself out in public. Our knives. Me and my dad have knives by the same company. They're Hellcat, made out in Holly Springs, North Carolina. Faith-based company as ourselves, so great company to support. I guess now's a good time to disclose that we are not sponsored.
We're not getting paid by Hellcat.
No. Maybe one day we'll be paid by somebody to talk about stuff.
Yeah, we just we found these at the gun show in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I've heard about them. And these are warranted. They are wonderful knives. I cannot find a difference of why I would pay $500 for a knife?
Like a Benchmade or something like that. I think mine, and so we can show the size difference. I've got bigger hands.
Preference.
You can see some differences. My switch to get my blade out is on the thin edge, while my dad's is on the wide front facing edge. I like mine here just because when it's in my pocket, I can pull it out by the clip and engage with my thumb without having to worry about where it is on the wide edge. This knife is also textured. I got this one for like what, $90?
Like that, yep.
$90.
And these are what they call out the front knives.
Yeah.
These are legal. The blade comes out the front. You'll hear OTF. And the quick demonstration is, if you can see this, I hope it's pointing at the table.
Yeah.
You cannot shank anybody with it. The blade is now not functional. You flip it and it's back in the game.
There's a spring locking mechanism inside. It's a safety feature to really more like protect you as a user.
Protect yourself as a user. And these are warranted, but again, we are not sponsored, but they are a great knife for the price. And again, we'll get in other videos with the functionality of using a knife and why you would use it.
Well, I'll go on a little short tangent about knives. Is everybody loves Benchmade, Spyderco, all these big name brands. Are they fantastic knives? Absolutely. If you're just getting into the everyday carry concept and practicing it, are you ready to drop $400 on a knife this size? Maybe not. But the cool thing is you only need your knife to work one time, hopefully.
One time.
One time. Is it going to be a very trying time in your life? Absolutely. But you only need it to be sharp and pointy once. So that's
and a little tidbit about the knives. I mean, it depends on what you carry for. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I actually carry every day. This is a Walmart Lowe's knife. I work in construction, so this is my everyday at work knife, and that is for cutting things at work in construction, and then a personal protection. I would never use this to cut anything. That's what this is for. I know that sounds terrible.
No, but got to maintain that blade.
Maintain the blade. I do not cut anything with this one. This is a personal protection, and this is a actual everyday at work knife. I'm not going to give you the whole tidbits, but there's a difference of functionality and what I expect it to do when it needs to do that task.
Some more things that I think we all carry. We can jingle our keys and stuff to my little cheap Buick. I mean, it's everyday items, right? It's what you have on your person when you walk out of the house to go about your day. People think of, oh, my gun, the knife, or whatever else. Well, how are you carrying your keys? I have a lot of keys for the little things that I do, but it's still part of my everyday. It's laid out on my windowsill, dresser, wherever, to get put in my pockets before I walk out of the door. So my keys are a little slimmer than my dad's, but
and the thing with keys, and what I would stress about keys, and people will think this is not that big of a deal, but I keep as little keys as I can and items almost as possible so they fit in my pocket so I can put other items. That's what it boils down to. Mine's a remote start, doesn't have a key. Fortunate, but that's, and I'll get to where I carry things in a moment. I'm a right pocket guy, and I'll explain that to when we get to wallets.
Well, you brought it up. We will jump to the wallets. I carry a Ridge wallet. No, I'm not sponsored by them. I know everybody on YouTube and the brother is sponsored by Ridge wallet, but I just love the sleek design of it, being able to just kind of drop it in my back pocket or wherever, and it not really get in the way of maybe me having to retrieve my pistol or my knife, or even my keys. I don't have to worry about fumbling with my big old wallet, because I definitely don't have a lot of money, so I don't have to worry about the cash clip or anything, and the debit card's just for show. So very few cards. I probably still have more than I need in here, but sleek design and easy to keep in your pocket without getting in the way.
And again, difference, opinion. We will never push any product on anybody to think it's lesser than the other. It's about your personal preference. I carry a cheap Walmart Target wallet, money clip, license in the front, and that's it. And I carry my wallet in my right front pocket. Learned years ago that people are less likely to pickpocket you. Small wallet like the Ridge, right front pocket, you're going to feel that. But again, it's all personal preference. We are not pushing any product, name, personal. How you feel comfortable carrying your items every day.
The one thing that me and Dad do have the same that I think is growing a lot more in the community as far as like a conversation piece to keep as part of your everyday carry arsenal, the flashlight. Me and my dad both have the green O-light. I don't know the actual name.
Arcfield. It's right on the back.
Yeah, Arcfield. The O-light, thanks. It's great. It's not everything part of your everyday carry has to be for lethal defense of yourself and loved ones. It can be for just making your life easier. It's a dark parking lot, you're on your way back from dinner and you just need to see, so let's use a flashlight. Or you always use the example, power goes out in Walmart while you're shopping or something, bad storms rolling through, I have a flashlight in my pocket. It's not even a USB charger, which is great. It's a magnetic charger similar to an Apple Watch. So that's easy. You just plug the USB into any charging block and it magnetizes right on.
And with these, with a flashlight, again, I've used this more often times than I can count. My mother-in-law, for example, her facility went out of power and I had to go to the restroom. I have a flashlight. Parking lot, lights out, you're going to your car, you want to just make sure everything's safe, you turn these on. Any flashlight, whether it's a Streamlight, Surefire, we just choose this. It does have a laser on it, and I've been made fun of for having a laser from other communities about flashlights, but I use it at work. I'm in construction, I point at things, I show things. So again, personal preference. We stress that we're not pushing any product, but flashlight, it doesn't hurt to have one. Again, just
small mag light.
Small mag light. And I like these because this light's on my rifle, so this charge is the same. But again, small mag light, anything from Walmart, it doesn't matter. Just have a light. When you need it, you want to have it. And that's what our point is. So let me stop with that.
We can kind of go into some other differences. I unfortunately live on a military base, so I can't carry as effectively as I want all the time. But when I do get to go out and about, I carry one magazine in my Glock 19, but I also carry an extra magazine inside of my Pitbull Tactical Elastic Kydex mag carrier on my left side. I am of the school of thought that adrenaline's rushing, I may miss some shots, or there may be more than one guy, and I may be whiffing shots.
Or one thing everybody forgets is a magazine failing.
Yeah.
If you have a magazine loaded for too long, is that spring gonna work? So it's better to have one just in case. This is all just in case.
There's no wrong answers when it comes to everyday carry. Yeah. There's always a better one, but there's never a wrong answer. I think those can be very different things.
Absolutely.
Can you always upgrade your equipment, what you're carrying, your wallet, anything? You can always upgrade, but where you start isn't wrong. But I do like this mag carrier. Super fast to pull out. It's literally like rubber bands. I've been using this for, goodness, 3 months already. I've had mags sitting in it, and the rubber bands haven't failed me yet. Pretty good price. If you can find them in a gun store or anything like that, I do recommend it, actually. Yeah. You can wear it inside or outside the waistband. Yeah, that's kind of it for things supporting my firearm.
Yep.
But yeah, you just reached for it. Another thing that people don't take into account is your watch. I use an Apple Watch for notifications on my phone. I don't have to pull it out all the time. Check the time. That's nice too.
And again, an opinionated thing. I have a Garmin. I left Apple. And I know people that can use their watches. I know friends in 3-letter agencies, and they use them for calling in helicopters, GPS, all that stuff. But a watch, Apple does have lights on their watches.
They do.
So again, you have a safety feature.
It's actually really bright.
Yeah, it's really bright. I just do the Garmin. Like to count my steps, heart rates, all that stuff. But a watch, good watch. You know what you're at. Mine does have, it's a Garmin, so it does location, direction I'm going, things like that. But again, a watch. And your personal effects, and I carry my everyday carry stuff is in a little basket on my nightstand in my living room, so end table.
Organization's important.
Organization's important, so you can't forget anything. So it's like forgetting, if you're in IT, you have certain things you carry with you to work every day. Construction, I got to make sure I have everything. So you'll get into those habits, If you leave and you don't have your wedding ring on, you're losing your mind. Your watch, you feel naked. Everything that we showed you, if you decide to start carrying them, you should feel that way when you leave. Your keys, your wallet, your firearm, if you can carry one legally where you're going, they will become second nature to forgetting them, and that you want to turn around and go back and get them. Something else I carry is AirPods every day.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly, but it's what I use at work.
Some 2023 problems right there.
Yeah, some 2023 problems, talking on the phone, but it's, you just want to make sure that you have everything consolidated in an area, so every day it will become a habit that you pick it up. I don't need that any longer, but I have 2 phones, work phone, personal phone, some personal effects that I carry, that jewelry that I may wear on me, and they're all in this basket that my wife bought for me to help me not forget if I need them all. And
it becomes part of your daily routine. It's almost, and I guess we can mention belts.
Yes.
Yeah, belts. I'm not going to get up and show you my belt, but a good sturdy belt to carry all these items on.
Yeah, we'll just show them what they look. I mean, a thought.
Yeah.
We'll do a thought. This will take a second. Thought.
A good rigid, sturdy belt to carry your firearm on, so it's not sagging your pants and your gun falling out while you're
it's
trying
supported.
To use it. Yeah. A good sturdy belt. This belt's usually nylon, webbing, stuff like that. There's really expensive belts out there. You don't have to buy them.
Tons of manufacturers, tons of prices.
There's anywhere from 511, Core Essential. It's literally an everyday carry belt can range anywhere from like $25
and curious
up to $100.
It's a 511. I've had them for years. I wear them in construction. They never fail. They never shrink. They never stretch.
Yeah.
Personal preference. It's what I have. It's what I trust. I wear it in dress as well. I just do. But again, personal preference. We are not pushing any manufacturer brand on anyone. It's comfortable.
And I like getting back to what I was saying about getting ready for your day. It's like putting on socks and a belt. You put on your belt, then you grab your holster and your firearm, you put it on the belt. You put your keys in your pocket, followed by your knife. You put your wallet in your pocket, followed by your flashlight. And that's kind of the habit you get into if you do start deciding to carry every day. And like Dad said, it turns into, oh man, did I forget something? Did I forget my wallet? No, I forgot my pocket knife.
Yeah.
Or no, I forgot my spare magazine. It turns into those little things that sit in the back of your subconscious telling you like, hey, this is now your habit and this is what you've chosen to do. And we definitely, in the Second Amendment community, we welcome you for getting into that. We thank you for making that decision and acting as such responsibly. Some other things just thrown out there. I don't have them, but you'll see a lot of other YouTubers, influencers, and companies talking about carrying medical supplies. That's always something to think about. There's resources out there for you if you're considering that. Tourniquets, Band-Aids, everything in between. But that's all I've got. Dad, anything else to add?
No, I think just thank you guys for joining us. Like and subscribe, of course. He'll say it again. And again, we're down to the bare basics of protecting yourself, your family, your friends, loved ones, inside your home and outside your home. And we take it very serious. Austin takes it very serious, and his passion. We want to share what we have, our thoughts and feelings about this, and we're never going to push a product on you as far as what you have to carry, subpar, all this stuff. We just want everyone in the Second Amendment community to be prepared. That's all it is with the way things are going, to protect yourselves and your loved ones.
And the reason my dad keeps harping on not pushing a product, there's influencers out there, there's companies out there that'll, I use the phrase gatekeeping, that they're going to push these certain products, they're going to push these certain ideas on a lot of newcomers if they don't just outright ignore you, unfortunately. It's saying that these products or this company is the only way to go. If you don't have a Glock, then the pistol you have isn't going to protect you good enough. That's not accurate, and I highly encourage this not to be the only video you watch when thinking about getting into everyday carry. There's other YouTubers out there with great ideas. Listen and feed off of everybody, but don't be bullied into thinking you need a certain product, a certain brand, because all it comes down to at the end is a logo, and that shouldn't be the determining factor of what you decide to spend your money on. Work within your budget.
Yeah.
Start somewhere. I don't care if you have to start with a revolver. If that's what you can, if that's the only thing you can afford, start there. Train with it, get good with it, practice carrying it every day, and when you're ready to, I'll say, evolve past that, do so. Save up, start a jar, save up for a Glock.
Absolutely.
Then save up for something else if you're ready for it. It kind of becomes a little bit of an addiction.
It does.
If you really grab onto it and you love it, it turns into an addiction. But don't be bullied by anybody into, whether it be an influencer or a gun store clerk or anything like that. Trust yourself, trust your own research, and work with what you got. It's really,
and be comfortable with what you can get. Austin and I have had this discussion for weeks now about these high-level YouTubers, and they push certain things, and we're just about starting from the basics. Anything's better than nothing. And these guys are saying that you have to have this, or bad things happen, and that's not where we're at. I started at the very bottom. Austin did as well. Had cheap firearms. You know, everybody uses the analogy in my world that the person being attacked would just wish for one gun and one bullet. Nobody ever mentioned manufacturer. So if you're going to say that, then don't base it on a specific manufacturer. I was going to start naming some, I'm sorry, but so do what you can for you and your family. That's all it boils down to. Make decisions off defending yourself out the home, in the home, and go from there. We're never going to push that at Righteous Warfare, ever. Never. Just please make a good, calculated decision for you and your family and yourself, protecting all you guys.
But I think that about wraps it up for us today. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit up our other social medias. We have Facebook, our shirts. We have Facebook and Instagram. But start a conversation down in the comments. If you have any questions, leave a comment, or you can message us directly through other social media accounts. And if we don't get back to you, there's likely other members of our community that'll reach out to you as well, and they're just as knowledgeable. If I'll give them the credit, if not more knowledgeable.
Absolutely.
I'm young. I'm really going along with all of this with you guys. So make sure you stay safe out there, do your own research, and thanks for joining.
Stay frosty.